Hey yo people, welcome back to Let's Play RollerCoaster Tycoon. I'm WhiteBladeZero, and if you don't know me, I don't blame ya. So real quick, what do you think of my new mic? Got it for Christmas from my father, so yes, I finally have a much better mic than I did before. Hopefully it sounds 10 times better than my old one. So, this time for RollerCoaster Tycoon, we're going to be going through scenario number 5, Evergreen Gardens. The goal this time is to have 1,000 guests by October year 4 with a rating of at least 600. So yeah, we got another long one ahead of us. So really quick, I decided to clear up, well, thing is about this park, there's already a lot of land that's already pre-built for you or preset. So it's actually best to delete some of the paths a little bit so that guests won't wander around the whole place and get lost. That's kind of a big thing you gotta watch out for. So that's what I did first off, and also cleared out that little garden area. We didn't really need that. And after that, built a Ferris wheel and merry-go-round, because those are always good starters. And now we're building our mini coaster here. The thing is, this place is called Evergreen Gardens. So throughout the whole park, I basically made a theme of, hey, why don't we have everything be green? You know, the green queue lines, green stations, green everything. We'll make it all green. So, maybe after the holidays and probably before New Year's by the time this video goes up. But yes, the theme is go green. Or go home. Something like that. So yes, we now have our steel mini coaster up and running. I just had to call that one Jumpy Snakes, I believe it was. And don't get used to that maze there. It doesn't stay for long, spoiler alert. Yeah, it didn't really help out very much in the long run. This actually sped up a little bit faster than I originally wanted, but for some reason Pinnacle Studio here was having some serious issues in rendering the speed effect for some reason. So I thought maybe speeding it up a little bit more would help, but yeah, so everything's going a little bit faster than my liking, but well, we'll just have to go with what we got. So right here, this happens a lot during this park. I pretty much leave the game running alone for a bit so I can get some money back. I kept borrowing money from the bank like constantly through this whole thing, and I think I reached the max at some point. And it turned out, well, there were a lot of times I was running out of cash. So that's actually not a good thing. Now while I'm building this car ride here, which I decided to have a kind of go around the beginning of the park, kind of make it kind of, I don't know, kind of give it a little pizzazz or something like that. But anyway, whilst I'm doing all that, I have a tip for you when you're building a roller coaster. Make sure at the exit area you put in bunches of benches out the wazoo. This way guests will be able to rest, and so if there's like a decently high nausea rating, they can rest the nausea a bit. This will make it so that guests won't get sick very often. Also, another tip, do not put any food or drink stalls near those coasters. That pretty much entices guests to get sick. So, yeah, put in lots of benches, do not add food or drink stalls near the coasters, or at least not near the exits anyway, and you should be good. Alright. Now, let me think here. It's kind of funny. I had notes for this whole dang thing. I finally got it written down so I won't be stuttering so much or just wondering what to say for all this, but this is going so fast I can hardly even keep up. But you can see I've been adding a lot of decorations and trees and whatnot to make everything look real nice, and also increase the excitement ratings a little bit. And now I decided to build a regular steel roller coaster instead of the Shuttle Loop or Super Looper Blaster I've always made in the previous parks. This one turned out to be quite a pain to put together. Problem was that I don't know what was up, but yeah, for some reason I just wanted this to be like a regular roller coaster this time. Nothing that was like just quick money makers again. I wanted this to be genuine for once. And as you can see right here, I'm actually deleting the extra paths that are already laid out for you. That's a decent way to get some extra money if, you know, you really need it for this scenario, because you really do need it. And honestly, unless you really want to go out of your way to complete the entire park, like make every nook and cranny accessible to a ride or whatever, then there's really no need to keep them all, so just delete them as you need to, and you should be good. Now, the first attempt on this steel coaster was pretty bad. It had the cursed low excitement, high intensity results. So that called for a total overhaul of this thing. So yeah, it took me a while to get this thing to work right. At least get it the way I wanted it to look. Well, not look, but just get it to work right. But eventually I got it done, and it turned out to be really nice. I'm actually quite proud of how this turned out. Now, as the music changes here, I've decided to get rid of a lot more paths, because I think it became apparent at this point that I really didn't need all the paths. I'm not going to complete the whole park here. Just going to make it as complete as I can, as usual, and yeah, it'll be golden there. Now that steel coaster, I think I called it Evergreen Dragons. That turned out to be my moneymaker in this whole park. It was just phenomenal. Guests loved it. Alright, so I believe we're going to be going to another pause here while I'm waiting for money again. I think eventually I unlock the go-karts. I'm not entirely sure. Right now I'm just focusing on just adding more decoration, making everything look nice. The haunted house I built right there, that turned out having a lot of problems near the end of this park. For some reason, guests just did not want to go on it, and eventually I had to abandon my money-making strategy for all the rides on that one in particular, and just narrow it down to just 50 cents. Yeah, eventually I had to narrow it down to 50 cents to get in that haunted house. That's kind of sad. Now the idea for this go-karts here, I want to kind of mix together with the steel coaster. That usually adds excitement ratings a little bit, kind of mixing the rides together. Plus, it kind of looks nice and, good use of space. This go-karts was actually pretty nice. It's not as good as the one I did in the last scenario, but I'll take what I can get. This ended up being a real success. Now, eventually, I decided to do some terrain manipulation, kind of change the terrain a bit, and that cost a lot of money, so in hindsight, this probably wasn't a good idea on my part. I could have had a lot more money if I just left the grass as it was, but I guess I just had to be a jackrass. Okay, yes, I admit, that was lame, but whatevers. Alright, so here we are. Well, we were waiting for money, but now we're not anymore. Back again for my little break. And I got a fry stall there. At this point, yep, there goes the maze, so, rip. Insert sad music here. Yeah, the maze had to go bye-bye, because nobody wanted to go on anymore, so it turned out to be useless in the end. Sad face. Now, let's see. Oh, yes, did a little, advertisement for about a month to get everything up and running, as per usual. And over here, here's little boat hire. Something weird kind of happened with that boat hire, you'll see in a little bit. But basically I just wanted to have this have a track in the beginning, so that guests won't get lost in the big lake. But for some reason, apparently one of the boats actually got past the track and went out into the big lake for some reason. Even though it's totally blocked off. I have Okay, I'm watching the sped up footage right now, and I think I just saw what happened. Apparently one of the boats pushed the other one out. So apparently there's a glitch in this game. Right there I used the land manipulation again, or landscaping tool, to fix that problem so that won't happen again. And yes, I eventually clammed up and built the Shuttle Loop again. Those are pretty good money makers, so they're not all bad. And I believe here I'm just taking another breather. I think I took 4 breaks total just because I was waiting for money. Kinda sad, really. It happens quite a bit. I believe coming up we're gonna build another go-karts track. I'm sure you probably know by now I love building go-karts. It's one of my favorites, even though I don't like going on them. But I went over that story in a previous episode, so no need to repeat myself there. Oh yeah, at that point, I think there was a safety cutout for Jumpy Snakes, and 2 of the cars were like very close together, so I was afraid of a crash. But I should have remembered that I made it so that the trains go very slow near the end, so there wouldn't be a crash just in case. So I got pretty lucky there. Over there, the second go-karts track I made a little bit smaller and make it kind of Roman themed. I think I did that before in Leafy Lake, was it? No, it wasn't Leafy Lake. Was it Dynamite Dunes that I did that? I don't remember. But anyway, as we're going to this final music change here, I decided to build a log flume. We all like log flumes, and they're pretty good money makers. Guests love to ride them, even though they're expensive to make. So yeah, always build a log flume if you have the chance. And make sure it's a good one, too. Don't just make it like a short one. That'd be bad. And this one turned out pretty nice. Went in and out of the ground, just like most good rides do. That's something I've noticed when building the car rides, for example. Apparently, if they go in and out of the ground for some reason, or just kind of mix together with other rides in some way, shape, or form, that's how their excitement rating goes up. So apparently the one I made in Forest Frontiers was a total failure, but the ones I've made after that just turned out to be a lot better, because I think I made them a little bit longer and a bit more exciting. So I think this is our last break. I don't know. Maybe I took 5. I don't recall exactly. But, yeah, unfortunately I didn't have any money on hand at the time, and, you know, just waiting for stuff to happen, kind of boring. Now over there, a new ride was coming in called the Wooby. I don't know why, but whenever I see Wooby, I just can't help but say it like that. Wooby! There are 2 ways the Wooby can work. It's similar to the observation tower, but it's more of a thrill ride than anything. You can either do what I do here and just have it slowly go up, and then once it gets to the top of the tower, just drop it right down. The other way is to launch it upwards, as long as it doesn't go beyond where the tower stops. I prefer the slowly up and then fast down, because I've seen that a lot in like you know, pictures, fan art, or like I think movies perhaps. I'm not entirely sure. So that's just what I'm used to. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. Now, yes, I have a third go-karts track, but in the end, I wanted this one to be a little bit different. It doesn't look all that exciting, but I didn't want it to be. Eventually, I accessed the second option that you have for go-karts to make it a continuous circuit. So, kind of like a roller coaster, you just go one lap around the track and then you come right back. You don't have to worry about racing. Just a simple drive around if you want something a little bit easy. Right there, this is really not necessary, but I like doing this just cuz. I decided to put together a little boardwalk pier of sorts where people can just rest and relax. Also in the middle there, you saw really briefly that I built a souvenir stall. Souvenir stalls, they also sell umbrellas like the information kiosk, but they also sell little teddy bears. So, yeah, a little souvenir for the guests to pick up. I think I built another one at the beginning of the park, so... yeah, so 2 souvenir stalls, very nice. And of course, can't go wrong. You can never go wrong with bumper cars. Yeah, this one turned out to be pretty nice. I kind of like how I used the land manipulation a little bit. Kind of give each area its own little theme, I think. Yeah, I really overdid it with the fountains there, that's for sure. But I think it turned out pretty nice. Okay, so yes, we're going for one more break, I think. I believe at this point I was nearing the end of the objective, so I believe that I figured I was all done with the park here. There wasn't really any need to keep building things. But now that I'm back, I think I decided to build one more coaster just for the heck of it. You know, just because I could. Decided to build a single rail coaster this time. You know, I think I built one of these like that in Leafy Lake, but it was pre-built. Now I'm just building one from scratch again. It's one of those coasters that's only one train, where it's either a horse or a motorcycle. I decided to build this one after a certain show that I have not seen in quite a while and still need to catch up on. I believe it finished its final season 9, some time ago. I think you know what I'm talking about. You know, these guys. Yes, I know. I already kind of revealed that in Paper Mario the bonus episodes, but whatever. You get the idea for this one. So this one turned out pretty nice. Didn't have to do a redo on this one. And I decided to kind of pretty much surround the whole thing in tall trees. Kind of make it look like it's in the Everfree Forest, you know what I mean? If any of you know what I'm talking about, if you follow that franchise. So, yeah, this coaster turned out pretty nice, and I believe that is the end of this scenario. Yep, that's it for Evergreen Gardens. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, be sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you in the next episode. So, next time on RollerCoaster Tycoon, we'll move on to scenario number 6. So, as usual, out of all the rides that you have seen here, all the ones that I've built here, which one would you be most interested to ride on? Or the one you would want to be on the most? Now, the name for each ride is in the description, as per usual. And they're also in the order they were built, so if you were following along, then there you go. So, until next time, everybody, I'm gone, and I'll see you in 2020.